Today is March 1st, 2026. We now have over 4 years of data on remote and hybrid work. Productivity remained stable during the remote work era. This was one of the largest workplace experiments in modern history. Millions of people across thousands of companies shifted how they worked. We learned a great deal during this time. Productivity, employee satisfaction, company performance. This data is not theoretical. It is real-world evidence from a prolonged, large-scale test. It offers a clear roadmap for making smart decisions about the future of work. The information is available to anyone who wants to look for it. Yet, many leaders seem to be ignoring this wealth of information. Old habits, personal feelings. They want to see employees back in the office, just like before 2020. This desire for normalcy is understandable, but it is not a data-driven strategy. When companies mandate a full-time return to the office, they are actively choosing to disregard 4 years of evidence. Bottom line impact, workforce impact, competitiveness impact. This video will explore the data that is being ignored. We will look at what major studies have revealed about remote and hybrid work, financial costs, human costs. The evidence is consistent across different industries and even different countries. Improved well-being, stable productivity, dangers of top-down mandates. Ignoring this evidence is not just a missed opportunity, it is a strategic error that is already proving costly for many organizations. The core issue is a disconnect between perception and reality. Some executives believe that productivity requires physical presence. They feel that company culture can only thrive when everyone is in the same building. The data from the last 4 years challenges these long-held beliefs directly. Other models can work just as well. One of the biggest fears about remote work was a drop in productivity. Many leaders worried that employees would not work as hard without direct supervision. The data, however, tells a different story. Numerous studies, including research I have studied closely from Stanford, have shown that hybrid work often maintains productivity or even slightly increases it. Employees with the flexibility to work from home 2 days a week, 3 days a week, are just as effective as their full-time office counterparts. They often use the time saved from commuting to work more, or they simply work more efficiently without office distractions. The evidence extends beyond individual productivity to company-wide performance. A revealing analysis looked at the stock performance of S&P 500 companies. It compared companies with strict office mandates to those with flexible policies. The study found no evidence that forcing employees back to the office led to better financial outcomes. In fact, the companies with high flexibility often perform just as well, if not better. The market does not appear to be rewarding companies for their strict return-to-office policies. Ignoring the data on remote work does not just affect spreadsheets, it directly impacts people. When employees are forced back into an office against their preferences, their job satisfaction plummets. This is not a surprise. For 4 years, many workers built new routines that gave them better work-life balance, more time with family, significant savings on commuting costs. Taking that away without a clear, data-backed reason feels punishing. It sends a message that the company does not trust its employees or value their well-being. This leads to resentment, disengagement. This dissatisfaction quickly translates into a much more expensive problem: employee turnover. Research from firms like Gartner has been very clear on this point. They found that companies with rigid return-to-office mandates face a much higher risk of losing their top talent. Employees with in-demand skills know they have options. If their current employer will not offer flexibility, they will find one that will. The cost of replacing an employee is significant. Training for the new hire, lost productivity during the transition. The debate over remote work is not limited to the United States. It is a global phenomenon. The international data reinforces the same conclusions. A worldwide survey covering more than 30 countries showed a consistent pattern across different cultures and economies. Employees who have the option to work from home report higher levels of job satisfaction and work-life balance. The desire for flexibility is a nearly universal trend among knowledge workers. Companies that operate globally but enforce a one-size-fits-all office mandate are creating friction with their international workforce and ignoring clear global preferences. This disconnect is particularly visible when comparing what leaders say with what employees do. However, data from office occupancy sensors and employee surveys shows a different reality. Employees often find ways to maintain flexibility, coming in on different days than their teammates, or simply not adhering to the mandate. It forces managers into the uncomfortable position of policing attendance, which is, a poor use of their time. The past 4 years have given every business leader an incredible gift, a massive data set on how their company operates under different work models. The path forward is not about guessing or following a gut feeling. It is about using this data to make informed choices. In the end, the lesson is simple. The data exists. The question is whether you will use it.